Hey friends, it's me Stace. For today's video we are using the Cricut to make this really easy St. Patty's Day card. So you can see we're going to use the Cricut markers to draw our phrase, Happy St. Patrick's Day. We have a few different pattern papers, a little clover, and also some twine on the outside. And then we have the inside. I did leave the inside blank, but you can certainly decorate that as well. Let's go to the computer and we'll get started. Alright, here we are at the computer. I'm already logged into Cricut Design Space. I'm also on the welcome screen. At the very top you will see a search box. In that search box, type in Shamrock and then click on enter. You'll see down here where it says Cricut Projects, the one we are making is right here, a Shamrock card. Go ahead and click on that. It's going to bring up a preview window. Very bottom, click on Customize. Alright, so we have the card base, the 4 pieces of pattern paper, as well as our clover. What I want to do is remove this piece. I'm going to have my trimmer cut that piece out, so I can go ahead and delete the card base. It's just your 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. I'm going to go to my left-hand side toolbar and click on Shapes and a square. I'm going to change the color of this to be white, and I want to resize it. So at the very top, I'm going to unlock the lock, make the width here be 4 inches, and the height is going to be 5.25. Alright, so I have that piece. I'm going to right-click on it and choose Send to Back. Now I'm going to highlight all 4 of these pieces and bring them over where they're going to go on my card front. Now I do want to add text, so I'm going to go to my left-hand side toolbar, click on the text box, and I'm going to type in Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oops. There we go. I do want this to be a writing font, so I have my font selected. Go to the upper left-hand corner where it says Font, click on the down arrow. You want to go to the right and click on the filter, and I'm going to change this and go down and choose Writing. And the font I want to use is Alphalicious, so I'm going to click on that font right there, and you'll see my font change. I'll make that be smaller. I'll bring it to my card front over here where I want it to go. Maybe a little bit smaller there. So I think that looks pretty good there. So now what I'm going to do is remove all these pieces off of that white piece. So we're going to basically just cut our own cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. You're going to score that at 4 1/4. This is going to layer on front of that. So I have my font where I want it, and I have my white piece. I'm going to highlight both pieces. I'm going to right click on that and choose Attach. So now that means the Cricut is going to use the pen tool to draw that out for me. Upper right hand corner, let's click on Make It. So we have our white piece here with our pen. You can see there in the order, the pen and the basic cut. Mat number 2 is our 2 little pieces. Mat 3 is the clover, and then mat 4 are the other 2 pieces. I'm going to cut all these pieces out. We'll go to the table and we'll put the card together. Alright, everything is cut out. So here's my card base. Again, this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored that at 4 1/4. I'm going to fold that in half and take my bone folder to give that a nice crease. I also cut a piece of white cardstock 4 by 5 1/4 to go on the inside. So now we have these pieces here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to lay these down, and they go in the lower right hand corner, just to give me an idea where they're going to go. Alright, so now I'm going to take my advanced tape glider. This is a great project for your scraps. And you can easily change this out. It does not need to be a St. Patrick's Day card. You just change the greeting, change the paper, and you have a whole new card. So I'm going to kind of line it up on the right hand side as well as the bottom to make sure I'm somewhat straight. I'm going to put this one down next to it. And then the next one, I think I have adhesive right there. I felt something sticky. There we go. Okay, now this one. And again, lining it up with the other ones. Our last one right here. Yeah, so you can make this be Easter by changing out the papers. You can make it be Christmas, birthday. I just like the overall design of the card because it's very, very simple, and you're using very minimal paper. All right, so we have that one there. Okay, so we have all that. Now I'm going to take my Shamrock on one of them, and take my bone folder, and just kind of curl it a little bit just to give it some life so it's not so flat. I'm going to take my glue. I'm using art glitter glue. I'm going to put glue on, maybe not that one. All right, let's find this one. Open that up. And I'm going to take some glue. There we go. I have my glue on there. I'm going to put that on this one. And I'm going to line them up. I'm just going to hold that and again go back in there and give the other one a little bit of curl, just so it stands out from the one behind it a little bit. Okay. So now we have that. So I'm going to take I'm actually going to pop this piece up. So I'm going to grab a foam square. Actually, my glue is not. Oh, I have a hot mess here with my glue. Okay, we're just going to try to get that on there. Hold it down. All right, let me take a foam square, put it on the back of that. Peel it off. I'm going to put that right here in the middle. And I do have a button that I already went ahead and put twine on it. And I'm going to put that in the middle, just like that. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Now the last thing I do want to do is wrap some yarn around this. So I just have, you can use twine. I just have some white cotton yarn I'm going to go ahead and use. Alright, so I'm going to take this, cut some off. And I'm going to take this around the back. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to take my ATG and just put some adhesive there to help me hold that twine down. Okay, so I'm going to put this on there, make sure it sits in my adhesive on the back. And then just maybe wrap it around a few times. Okay, I think that's good. I went 3. I'm going to cut off the extra. And now I'm going to take my tape and glue this to the front of the card. You don't want to have your string be so tight to where it curls your cardstock, but you want enough on there. Okay, let's take this. We're going to put this, and I do have adhesive on the front of my card. Oh my goodness, rub that off real quick. Okay, and I'm going to take another piece of yarn, and I'm going to double it up. So it's 2 strands. I'm going to cut this off. And I'm not going to tie a bow. I'm just going to simply tie a knot. Super simple. Just like that. And then go ahead and cut all that off of there. Isn't that a cute little card? Super simple, right? All right, now for the inside, I didn't do anything for the inside. Normally I do. I'm just leaving it blank. Again, this piece is cut to be 4 by 5 1/4. Now, if you wanted to, you could take a strip of that pattern paper you used here and add it to the side on the inside of the card, just to bring the inside of the card or the outside of the card to the inside. You can do that. All right, so there you have it, my friends. A very simple St. Patrick's Day card. We did use the Cricut markers to draw out the phrase or greeting. Very simple. All right, so I have a card kit for you. You do receive the yarn. There's also a button in there. You can see the button. I do have that inside a little baggie, as well as the envelope. You'll receive this card as well with an envelope. So you have one to mail and one to make. To be entered in the card kit, go to my website. I will have a direct link below. Leave me a comment, and the first one that comments, I'll be the winner of the card kit. Any questions, my friends, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.